All right, we had a customer send in a hurricane machine that several years old. It's made in 2007, so it's got a lot of life. Hasn't had a lot of love, but it has had a lot of miles on it. It's probably on this particular engine, probably almost 1,000 hours. Let's just kind of go over this thing real quickly and see what all we can find wrong with it, and kind of get an idea of what to write down so we'll know what we're going to be working with. So it looks like right off the bat we need a kit for this. Doesn't have any spring return, so we're probably going to have to put a kit up here in this area for the sloppiness, a boot, and then we're going to have to do some work down in here in this lower unit where the spring return unit is. So that's one thing we're going to have to do. Looks like we're going to need to put a new throttle cable on this one. We're also going to upgrade this side panel to the new style that has a window here to allow you access to get into working on some of the parts inside of there. We are going to add an oil pressure gauge, a choke, and a tachometer here. But we obviously need a seat. So just going on around the machine, we're going to change this top piece here out to the 1/4 inch updated version. And this one here, it's going to need some propane tank brackets, and we'll have to put 2 of those on there. We've changed this bracket here to allow better airflow, so we're going to change that out to the new style. This engine looks like it's probably got a little life left in it, but after looking at this thing earlier, I did notice that inside of here there's not any of the fan blades left on the cooling fan of the engine, so it may have been compromised. We're going to fire it up here and see what kind of compression it has, and make a decision from there. A lot of cleaning. Since we're going to change out this side over here to the new style, we'll probably go ahead and change out the new style on this side, which again is going to have an opening here with a cover that you can take off and get into these shifter mechanism a lot easier than this old style. This is one of the older machines that has the cable control system. We've gotten away from that, but we probably wouldn't do that on this machine. Probably just go back with the cables. This one here, kind of hard to show it in the video, but this side here is not wanting to move up and down unless you really force it. So we'll probably replace both of those cables. And you can kind of see these rod ends here kind of loose right in here in this center, and we'll replace those. We'll replace all 4 of those, and then all 4 of the rod ends on the cable ends. Obviously we'll change the hydraulic oil, the hydraulic filter. We'll clean this oil cooler out good. We're probably going to have some attention on this propane system. There's supposed to be a bulkhead here and with a hydrostatic relief valve in case this propane system overpressures, it'll pop off there, and we have that pointed in that direction. That won't pop off and hit the operator. So that's just some safety things that have been removed on this machine throughout its life. Probably with as many hours as this machine has on it, probably going to need a new catalytic converter / muffler. We're also going to change out this rear cowling to allow better airflow through here, put a new fan on there. You can see we got a few blades missing off of that cooling fan, and we'll probably install an extended handle on this to make it come outside of this back cowling with a slot in it so they can engage and disengage those belts without having to pull any of the side covers off. Now looking underneath, you can see we've got some leaks, some seepages and things that we're going to probably remove that hydraulic pump and reseal it. We're going to check the insides for any damage inside of the pump, clean everything up, probably go with all new hoses on it, so when this customer gets his machine back, he's ready to go for another 15 years. Tires don't look too bad. Looks like we got a lot of oil leaking different places on the machine. Same thing on this side, needs to be resealed. You can see a pretty good puddle of oil there underneath the machine. All these hoses, again, we're going to replace everything on there just so that whenever the machine goes back to the customer, he's ready to go for another 10 or 15 years. Looks like this lift cylinder's got the seals in here that are leaking, so we're going to reseal that cylinder for him. And we'll inspect this, make sure this isn't locked up, get an idea what we're going to need to get this thing where it'll pivot and form to the floor again.